Pow, and welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews. My name is Dan W. Make sure you're following me on Instagram. Today our Marvel Legends reviews continue for this X-Men Warlock Build-A-Figure wave, and in front of me we have Dazzler, or Alison Blair, I believe her name is. Here she is in the box. She comes with a Build-A-Figure piece for Warlock, and then a little accessory, and also a little microphone as well, which I think is pretty cool. And then on the side we get some nice side art of her. On the back we get a picture of the figure, plus they remind you that she's wearing rollerblades, which I think is quite funny. And then as always, we get a list of all the figures we need to complete this Build-A-Figure wave. And today we're reviewing Dazzler. So yeah, more side art. And then there she is. So let's open her up and see how she looks on those rollerblades. And here's the Dazzler straight out of the box on her rollerblades. Now, she is not that easy to stand, as you could imagine, on these rollerblades. And just straight up, these rollerblades don't actually spin. So yeah, not as easy to get her to stand up as you may think. Anyway, her outfit is very white, so she may be fading into the background on my camera. So let me just try and darken that up a little bit. Maybe that makes a difference. But she comes with a Build-A-Figure arm for the Warlock Build-A-Figure. Some nice details on that. Again, subscribe and I will review this guy once I've reviewed the rest of the wave. And then she also comes with the microphone that she's already holding, and then this effects piece that we've seen many times before in Marvel Legends form. And I think you can just clip it onto the wrist very simply like that. And her powers are like multicolored lights and whatnot, so I suppose it would make sense to have that as the effect. What does annoy me about this figure, as many female Marvel Legends figures do, it has no double jointed elbows. So like, she's meant to be a singer holding a microphone, but she can't actually get it anywhere. Well, I suppose that's the closest she can get it to her face. If I move her arm out the way, you can sort of see. I suppose that's not too bad, but it would have been better with double jointed elbows. But yeah, I suppose depending on how you pose it, it doesn't look too bad. Her outfit's just very white, no paint details at all. The nice details on the face, I suppose. The rollerblades look cool, but it would have been better if they actually rolled, wouldn't it? But no, they don't roll. Those rollerblades don't roll. In regards to articulation, it's standard sort of female articulation, no double jointed elbows on the arms, which I've already said. Obviously the legs can move pretty good. Outwards and whatnot, but there's a little bit of pivot, I guess, a little bit of pivot, but she's not that easy to get to stand. I think mine come out the box a little bit warped, so I need to get some hot water to her leg to straighten it out a little bit. Maybe that's why she's not standing up so straight, but there she is. That accessory piece on the neck is pretty good, I guess. It's like separate piece, a very thin, flexible plastic, and a decent silver, to be fair. It's like a little disco ball on the end of a necklace, but she looks pretty good. She is wearing a very comic accurate outfit as well. Probably not everyone's favourite choice, like they could have done without the rollerblades maybe, but still. But for anyone asking, let's find out, or give you a little bit of information of who is Dazzler. So this is the part of the video where we ask the question, who is she? And I try and give you a little bit of information on the character that this figure is inspired by. So, Dazzler, Alison Blair. Who is she? Well, Alison's first appearance was in X-Men 130 in 1980, before getting her own ongoing series titled Dazzler, which lasted over 40 issues starting from 1981. Dazzler was also one of the first Marvel characters to get her own graphic novel titled Dazzler the Movie. Alison was revealed to be a mutant, and her powers sort of manifested in sort of lights and energy while on stage performing, so people thought it was part of her act. Dazzler had a long run with the X-Men when she first appeared in the Marvel comics, but has been part of many other teams as well. More recently, the brand new female-led X-Force that started in 2015. If you know the character, then you know she's worn many different costumes throughout the years, but this Marvel Legend represents her more iconic 1980s on-stage performing look, the one that people probably remember the most. As a little Easter egg, in the most recent X-Men Apocalypse film, during an extended scene, you can see Cyclops picking up a record which actually has Taylor Swift playing Dazzler. So there you go, I hope that helped. Again, I do not claim to be an expert, but it is nice to have a little bit of information on the characters that these figures are inspired by. And here's Dazzler next to some of the X-Men, female X-Men, just for a bit of size comparison. Kitty Pryde actually joined the X-Men on the same issue that Professor X tried to get Dazzler to join the X-Men as well, randomly. And there's obviously Rogue. And she's a little bit taller than them both, but I suppose that is because she's on rollerblades. If she wasn't on rollerblades, then I guess she'd be at the same height. So maybe customizers, if they really dislike those rollerblades, could get rid of them. But they don't bother me too much. Here she is compared to another female figure with Enchantress. I think these two did come across each other in the comic books at some point. They have similar powers to a certain extent. I think Enchantress is a bit more powerful after all, but still, they've met each other in the comics. And this one's wearing high heels, so she's about the same height as her because of her rollerblades. So I guess that makes sense. And then lastly, here she is compared to the only two other figures I've already reviewed in this wave. So check out my channel, there's a playlist, and I've already reviewed Shatterstar and Old Man Logan, aka Wolverine. And again, her rollerblades make her a little bit taller than all of them. But yeah, there she is. So there she is, the Dazzler. Overall, I do like this figure. It is a throwback sort of character, and she does represent the era that she was created and she debuted in. Some nice accessories, considering we don't really get many accessories with these figures. And yeah, if you like this character, you're going to like this figure. Quite simple, to be fair, but again, if you're a fan of the character, you'll like this figure. But anyway, my name's been Dan W. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel for more reviews to come of the rest of the wave. I always have a playlist of this wave as well that you can go and check out. So yeah. Make sure you stay tuned, and I will see you on the next one.